Hey, this is Anthony Cesari with SuccessForYourSongs.com, and in this video we're going to talk about how to get the crowd excited for the song you're about to perform next in your set. I'm going to be playing a clip for you of an interview I did with Wade Sutton of the site RocketToTheStars.com, who has a lot of really cool thoughts on this topic, so check out what he has to say about that here.
You're going to have stories about yourself that you're going to want to tell. And some of those stories are very, very important. But what I like to do when I'm working with artists on figuring out what it is that they're going to say is to take a look at their story and go, okay, how can we word this in a manner that the audience isn't going to imprint your memory on the song that you're getting ready to do, but instead imprint their own memory on the song. And the example that comes to mind for me with this is another one actually with Corey. Corey had a song called They Sound Like That. And basically the gist of the song was when you're in your 30s or your 40s or 50s and you're driving and a song comes on the radio and that song immediately takes you back to something that happened when you were younger. And that's where the concept of, well, they sound like that. That's where the song came from. So in setting up that story, we didn't want to say, well, I wrote this song because, or this is what this song means. Instead, the approach that we took was, what are some of the things that we can throw out there, memories that people have pretty commonly that are triggered by songs? So in setting it up, I wish I had the script in front of me, but we said something along the lines of, everybody remembers what it was like being back in high school and having that first, going out on that first date, or when you had to say goodbye to somebody you loved because they were leaving to go into the military, or that first car that you had. And then there was kind of a pause and he'd get this funny look on his face and the crowd would kind of get quiet and he'd go, or the things you did in the back seat of that first car, which immediately with his crowd, it worked. They'd cheer, laugh, hoot, holler, whistle. But then that's how he would set up that song. And the reason we did that was because in saying those things, the people were sitting there hearing that. And as you're saying these suggestions, their minds are starting to go back through things when they were younger, their first car, their first kiss, a brother or a sister that left for the military, whatever that was. So then when you get into the song and they hear the lyrics of the song, now it's not about what Corey was thinking about when he wrote the song. It's about what the audience is thinking as they're hearing the song. That creates a much more powerful connection with the song in an environment where a lot of music artists say, I can't get people to connect with my original music.
That's great.
This is a way of getting past that. Get the people in the audience to imprint their own memories on your songs, and it will instantly become much more meaningful to them.
Yeah, it's so great because you're sort of like queuing up the emotion that you want them to be feeling in that song.
Exactly.
And then when the lyrics come, it's just like, boom. I love that approach. I think that's so great.
And that should be the approach to the entire show. At every point in the show, you want people to feel a certain emotion. And you need them to feel a certain emotion because you need a number of emotional shifts to take place throughout the course of the show. It's kind of like if you go on a roller coaster and the roller coaster is just flat, it's kind of boring. But if happiness is a hill, sadness is a corkscrew, joy is a loop, having all of those things in there make that experience much more interesting. And that's the case with the emotions that people feel during a show. So if you know this is how they feel at this moment, and if I go do this song, it's going to create this shift and make them feel this, then you can start figuring out, how am I going to put together this set list? What do I want them to feel here at this point in the show versus 10 minutes before the show is going to end versus the last song? And then it all builds from that.
Where can people find out more about your services and stuff like that?
Well, they can find out more about the services at rockettothestars.com. I have a book that I wrote a couple of years ago with Rick Barker, who used to manage Taylor Swift, and now he's a consultant to Big Machine. But you can get a free copy of that at giftfromwade.com. Just go on, put in your name and your email address, and you'll end up getting a response email that'll give you a link to go download it.
So if you're looking for a lot more ways to improve your live performances, just tap this button on the screen here for a resource that's going to help you out with that. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel to get updated on all of our latest YouTube videos, tap this button here. And I'll also have links for that stuff for you below this video. So thanks again for checking this out. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.